What's up? I reckon I might try some drums with this loop. See if this will work. Give me some beats. Let's go with that. Then I gotta go to my little flippin' egg. Ladiocast. Right. Working? I guess so. Hello from Newcastle. Tanvir. Hey man, how are you? The Tanvir, is that Newcastle, Australia, or is that Newcastle, England? Newcastle, New South Wales. Jubilee Base. Turkey, welcome. Vefa. Let's try a different groove, shall we? Beat. What kind of bass do you play, Tanvir? I thought I had a different loop thing in here. Maybe not. Alright, we'll just go with it. Percussion. Oh. Eh. Gotta adjust my headphone mix. Ah. Cool. How's everybody doing it there? Cool. They make some cool basses. I've had some students that had some really nice quartz. Have you tried is it the Court that brought out the one with the Mark bass preamp? Anybody tried that? Jessica from Texas. Wow. Welcome. How are you? Turn that up in my ears. So you can maybe get Tanvir, how did you know I was using compressors? Good ears, my man. I'm kind of using. I'm using two on my pedal board. I just published a video today on my YouTube channel where I talk about my whole pedal board setup, and on there I've got two compressors. I've got a Diamond Bass Comp Junior at the start of my chain, so that's just doing a bit of tone shaping really, and then at the end of the chain I've got the Empress compressor, which has it's got a blend on it, so two compressors, and then through my studio gear. That's what I'm plugged into. So I'm using the Golden Age Projects compressor as well. Yeah, so that's what I'm using. Robert Toro's waking up with some bass in your face. Sorry about that. I just want to talk about that interval right there. So I'm in the key of F, whatever. That the major 6 to the flat 3, super funky. What time is it over there in the United States of America? Here it's 11 o'clock at night. So it must be what 8, 9, 10 in the morning for you guys or something. Yeah, if you're doing some funky grooving and you want to add a bit of extra spice to it, check out adding. So in the key of F funk. The major 6 is D, and then the flat 3, the minor third, is A flat. So it gives us this tritone, this angular. Whoa, 6 a.m. for you guys, jeez. You're on the YouTube already. Well, I appreciate you joining me for my little late night jam session. 8 a.m. in Texas. Alright, cool. Wow. Thanks for logging on. So yeah, that's my little funk tip for you. Major 6, minor third. So it'll still walk over like an F7 dominant 7 chord. No, they're not flat wound strings. They're just a little bit old. Plus, you're hearing some through the microphone, so it gives it that flappy thing. But this bass is kind of unique. afternoon in Queensland. Yep, same here, buddy. So just this loop. Actually, that sounds like crap. I know. I like the idea of looping, but I just find it so hard to actually make it sound good. Gotta spend a lot of time with it, and pretty much the only time I've been done looping in the last 3 years is tonight. So, yeah, practice. Robert says this is better than coffee first thing in the morning. Thanks, man. I'm sure you don't mean that, but that's nice. Let's pick a different key. Oh. I was in F. What key should I go to? Anybody got a key for me? Jessica said, how long did it take to master the ghost note popping thing? Do you mean this kind of thing? It's a hard thing to answer because a lot of the technique stuff, it just kind of evolves over time. So like ghost noting in general just comes from necessity. So studying tracks that have ghost notes in it, like Jacob Stories or Tower of Power, you know, or anything really. I mean, there's heaps of songs that have muting in it, but anyway, by practicing those songs I kind of had to figure out a way of muting. And so that's kind of what made me aware of it. But then the muting with the slap stuff pretty much came from this video called, it was a VHS, believe it or not, if you remember what those are. I think it's called the slap bass method. The slap bass method by Alexis Sklarowski. Triplets. Are we talking about that? Let me know. But my general that thing, well, the double thumb thing was obviously Victor, but also a bit of Bill the Buddha Dickens, if you remember that guy, and Larry Graham. So Larry Graham, I learned this. Dance to the music, dance to the music, whatever that was, and then he also so the triplet thing came from just starting with double thumbing, and then Victor Wooten, pretty much. Because I was never really that good at doing the flea version of it, which is where you actually do 2 hits with it. I was lazy, and I thought, well, I can get 2 with 1 movement. So it just took it took a while, but you just gotta start off with being able to do down and up. And don't think of it as slap. Think of it like a pick, because that's how Larry thinks of it. That's how Marcus as well, yeah. So that is that, no, it's not power. Power is the crap, what is it? Anyway, whatever that Marcus Miller song is, it has that little 1-2 bar break. And I had to do that for an exam at uni, so that's how I figured out how to do. So I can get, I'll show you. So you want the thumb to go through the string, come and rest basically on the string beneath it, and then you catch it on the up. So that's version 1. Version 2 that I employ is thumb and first and second finger pop. I'm trying to think where I got this 2-finger pop from. Probably from Marcus, from having to do double stops. So that, it's not technically a triplet, it's just 3/16 tickety gum. E and a 1. So that is thumb. Go away. You want to make sure that you're rolling. That's pretty much it. The answer to pretty much any clinic, workshop, question is practice. No, that's not a fair answer. But really, once you know what it is that you have to do to make that work, it's just time on the instrument. Be it thumb, pluck, pluck, or thumb, thumb, pluck. Then you can combine them into cool rhythmic groupings. Did that help, Jessica? I'm glad. It's kind of hard doing a one-way lesson, but cool. Thanks for the question. Anybody else got questions, please stick them in the comments, and I will do my best to try and help. What kind of bass do you play, Jessica? I know what Tanriel plays. He's got a nice chord. But anybody want to let me know what kind of bass they play? Stick it in the comments. Cool, I'm glad. I am available for Zoom and Skype lessons if anybody's interested, especially these days. Just shoot me an email. It's been too long. Sorry. Ibanez, I love Ibanez. My first bass was an Ibanez musician. TRB X174. I'm not too hot on the old Yamaha acronyms, but again, Yamaha great basses. Ibanez, Yamaha, I always recommend those as, especially for beginner students, I always recommend those as starter basses over Squire stuff, because I just find that they're so much better just straight at the factory. There's less trial and error, shall we say. with the Japanese model, so that's cool. What's my thoughts on Warwick? I used to have a Warwick Dolphin, which was Tanweer is asking me what I thought of. What's my thoughts on Warwick? Great basses. My friend's actually involved in the importing of Warwick basses here in Australia, so he's had access to some pretty amazing Warwicks that I've played, and they make amazing basses. This is kind of Warwick sounding, you know. It's kind of my my hi-fi coffee table bass, some people might say. But yeah, I used to have a Warwick Dolphin, which is the kind of rhombosoid shaped bass, 4-string set neck, and it was compressed sounding like this is on back pickup. You know, it had that kind of mid-rangey thing, but it just sat so well in a mix. It was so easy to play. I think it was like 24 frets and just access all over the neck. So from like a kind of technical engineering standpoint, they're amazing, and depending on what kind of music you're playing, they can be ideal. For what I do, they don't speak to me in the way that I like in a bass for what I do, but that doesn't mean anything. So that's my thoughts on Warwick. It's getting late, guys. You're right, Robert. Better than coffee. Should we do a loop to end? Get this headphone out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Too much bottom end in that one. try some harmonics. Oh, questions. Who's your favourite new bass players? Cliche question. Just wanted to get familiar with their works. New bass players, Joe Dart. He sounds like an old guy, but he just nails that stuff. Joe Dart, Hadrian Farrow, Federico Malaman. Who else? Thundercat. You think I should be transcribing all these guys? I don't do a lot of transcribing. I should, but I do a lot of creating. So, new bass players. I mean, Michael League, I guess, is still new. Not, I'm not bugging out on his bass playing quite so much, but his music, for sure. There's a guy called Wes Stevenson who plays in a band called Funky Knuckles. He's pretty cool. There's going to be heaps of people that come to mind as soon as I sign off, but yeah, those are a few. Junior Briguinha from Brazil. He's got it all, man. Check him out. If you guys aren't aware, I've got a podcast where I interview a bunch of these guys I just mentioned. I interview Michael League. I've interviewed Hadrian Farrow. I've interviewed Junior Briguinha. And then some older guys like Jimmy Haslip and Rocco Prestia. I've just published an interview with Anthony Wellington. Had Tom Kennedy on not too long ago. Evan Marion is a new guy that I really, really enjoy. So yeah, if you guys like podcasts, then just search for Bass Lessons Melbourne on wherever you get your podcasts, and it should pop up. I've got about 56 or whatever episodes up there. And it's not just name guys, but some local guys from Melbourne and stuff. So, kind of introducing people to that side of things as well. So yeah, if you like podcasts, check it out. Basically, this is Melbourne Player Profile Podcast. Jeffrey Lopez, How to Master the Finger Funk Technique, like those 70s jazz funk fusion players. Well, people talk about mastering, and I can't answer how to master something because I haven't mastered anything yet. But if you want to get that feeling in your hands, then listening is the most important thing. So listen to Headhunters, listen to My Vision Orchestra, listen to Chick Corea, listen to Ohio Players, listen to the Commodores, all that kind of stuff. If that's what you're into, then absorb it as much as possible. And then pick a song or a couple of songs and really learn it, from start to finish. Try and nail every little bit, and all of that will absorb into your playing, and then try and create with it. Take what you've learned from it. So whatever it might be, a harmonic idea or a technical thing. So I don't know, 70s funk, like, get rid of the reverb. That, that's very kind of Headhunters-y, Paul Jackson Jr. So take the funk shake, and try and employ it. Just jam on it and try and make it work in whatever you're doing. Do it to death, do it too much, and then it'll become part of your playing. And do that with all that kind of stuff. Just explore it. Listen to it, study it, break it down, learn something from it, do it to death, and it'll become part of your playing. And that's kind of how you develop your own voice, but also master whatever it is you're into. So I hope that helps. Excuse me, Jeffrey. Thanks for the question. Henrik Linder, yes. I also like Henrik's vibe. He's not he's not typical of that kind of bass player. So that's Henrik Linder's awesome. Jessica says, I see all of your interviews as one of my bass journey. Maybe in another vid, since it's so late. There isn't an interview of me up there, which is probably a good thing. But maybe one day there will. I don't know. Maybe if I hit 100 episodes, maybe I'll celebrate by doing my own story, and it'll be the least listened to episode of all. But yeah, maybe one day I'll do it. But it's not that special. Grew up into rock, heavy metal. Started playing bass because my brother played guitar. Played in his covers band. Started checking out more bass players, went to uni, got my ass kicked at playing jazz, did some cruise ships, got out there in the world, did some stuff. So there you go, that's it. Cool. Where were we at? Twice as long? Guess so. I did it twice, I didn't know that. Perfect, but it'll do. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Again, if you get any questions, send me an email, info@baselessonmelbourne, or leave a comment wherever. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram as well, and don't forget to check out the podcast. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. Thanks.